anyone helping people in need. Joining me in the Now tonight is Sanctuary Church Pastor Dwayne Black. He was also arrested along with Mr. Abbott for helping the homeless. Dwayne, please tell us, first of all, how is it possible that this is happening?
You know, that's our question, too. We just can't understand it. It seems just absurd that in this state, in this country, in this time, that they could actually make feeding the homeless illegal.
It's officially the law. What was the reaction? I mean, we've seen the video. The crowd was just horrified at the police going ahead with this. Was there any kind of reaction from the police as to what they were doing?
You know, the police, one of the officers said to me, he said, I don't know what to say to you, Pastor. I wish that this wasn't going on. And some of the people yelled out, you know, this is a sad day when you have a job to do and your job is to arrest people who are feeding the homeless.
Obviously, this is coming from above. This is their job to uphold the law. How in the world did it become illegal to feed the homeless, to feed people who need help, who need food? Charity used to be something that was considered a good thing.
Yes. It was snuck through. They read the second ordinance about 12 o'clock at night, and the last where they actually took the vote, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. This is not how you get an understanding of what the community really feels or thinks. This is how you sneak things through.
I understand Mr. Abbott is facing a jail sentence. He's facing a fine. Are you or Mr. Abbott going to fight this, going to try to bring awareness to this?
We are. We're actually at 5 o'clock today. We will be out feeding again. We believe that we have no other choice, that we are called to do this, and this is what we will do. And so we will be out there at 5 o'clock, and probably we'll get arrested.
There is a good chance that you, of course, will be arrested again. Dwayne Black,
yes,
along with Mr. Abbott. We'll send him our regards, please. We'll be following this closely, of course. Hopefully there will be some world reaction. A lot of people covering this story, bringing some awareness to this ridiculous law, and the both of you and your colleagues being arrested for this. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, feeding the homeless, and here I am eating a donut, watching it. But what is wrong with this world? I mean, really, you can't help homeless people and feed homeless people? I mean, a 90-year-old World War II vet, they're going to arrest pastors, and
yeah.
It's an incredible story. That's all I can say. Incredible. So, but yeah, I found my donut, and I do apologize. I never brought it in. It's mind control. Must be. I have no idea. Well,
are you all believing that? I don't really believe what he's saying right now.
It's right here.
That he never does it.
I went and I got it.
He ate 2 bites while you were while the video was going on.
Yeah, and I also, you know, whatever. So okay, let's get into this smart TV thing. This it's 7:38, so we got to keep moving on this article. All right, Reg, you there? All right. Samsung Smart TV records personal conversations and sends them to third parties, all right? Now, let's see here. I don't know if you guys can read this. Samsung has a 46-page privacy policy. Samsung Smart TV states that voice recognition technology may capture voice commands and associated text. Therefore, they're listening to your conversations. And then it also, down the bottom here, it says the television also logs website visits and has a built-in camera. Built-in camera, right there. Built-in camera for facial recognition. All right? Built-in camera. All right? So that's that. Now, let's go to the next thing. This article also talked about the CIA director, David Petraeus. Remember what happened to him? Yep. He spoke out about the appliances, being able to see you, listen to you, and all that, all the new smart appliances coming out. And then down the bottom here, it talks about, since its launch in 2010, Microsoft's Xbox Kinetic Games device has a video camera and a microphone that records speech, all right? So every kid playing Xbox is being watched and listened to in their bedroom. And if they leave the Xbox on, they have their girlfriend over, guess what? These creeps at Microsoft are watching you guys. All right. Then it says last year, Microsoft was forced to deny claims that the Xbox One's kinetic camera could see gamers' genitals after video footage emerged, which suggested the device's IR camera was so sophisticated that it could capture the outline of a user's penis. And then the article ends, it says, with Christmas fast approaching, millions more people will splash the cash on game consoles and smart TVs, completely oblivious to the fact that they are paying to have their private conversations recorded and potentially transmitted to third parties. Thanks, Reg. That is creepy, and I tell you what, Wally, we've been talking about this. You know that, or the viewers know, if you guys have been watching for the last 2 years, that your bedroom, you should have nothing electronic in there. I've been saying it over and over again. I mean, nothing. No phones, no laptop. I think Glenn Beck did this. Didn't he do this with his house? Glenn Beck at his house, which he probably has a beautiful house. He took all these electronics. He told his family, if I catch anything in the house, I'm throwing it in the pool, and I'm not replacing it. So his garage is his media center for all phone calls, internet things, television, everything. Garage only. Nothing electronic in his house. Smart man.
Communication center set up.
Yeah, and the kitchens, you can, as long as you don't get these smart appliances that you can operate with your smartphones, like these Go cams or these cameras, security cameras everyone has with their smartphones. It's cool. I've seen it. A good friend of mine has it. It's a cool setup. He had a guy creep up to his house in the middle of the night. The camera alerted him. It's a good safety feature, but at the same time, he's technically exposing himself or his family to predators on the internet that are watching every move they make, coming in and out of the house and so forth. So, we're going to keep talking about this stuff because I know the viewers are smart and a lot of them do research, and it's just when your privacy is violated, like ours have been, to a point that you almost never heal from it, Wally. You never get that feeling that you're being watched, especially in my case and Sam's case. And, when I'm constantly attacked, even in the shower, these creeps are watching me. They're attacking me, and whether it's satellites, whatever it is. But satellites, you can't do much to stop. I don't know what I can do to protect myself from this stuff. But the more we're learning, the better off we are. And by the way, Dr. John Hall is very good friends with CIA, ex-CIA, Robert Duncan. And he has a book called Soul Catcher. And same thing, talking about these weapons. And he is on the list of guests coming up, I guess, in the next couple weeks, hopefully. And Robert Duncan should be another good guest, similar to the NSA whistleblowers we had on. All three of them, Bill Binney, Thomas Drake, Kurt Wiebe. And so we're starting to open the door for bigger, better guests. And it's kind of a fun thing. I mean, it's, so these people open up and tell people what you're not hearing, Wally, right? All right, so it's 7:44, Wally. I have one more article, but if you, what do you guys think? You want me to roll into this one? Might as well, huh?
Sure.
You look at me like you're
It's your
scared.
show.
It's your show. Well,
What's the article you're rolling into?
Yeah.
I am going to roll into this next article. Reg, camera 3.
Before you're rolling into that?
I'm rolling. I'm on it.
Well,
I'm on it.
on that IR. when they're talking about the Connect 2, is
Yeah.
that like when they're talking about the infrared camera that they have? Is it, did they have an infrared camera on those game stations? Is that how they're detecting?
It possibly could. I didn't research it all the way, but we're on to another article. But hold on, I'll come back to that. Is Barack Obama attempted to harass and intimidate media personalities on his enemies list? Now, this article talks about the woman from CBS, Cheryl Atkinson,
right.
and she's been in the news about her computer.
She has a book out now, too.
A book in her computer. It says, you like Soros there. She says that her computers would turn themselves on in the night, make strange noises, then shut themselves down. That's part of electronic
Okay,
harassment, and that's stuff that we've been through often with stuff. Down here it says she claims that the feds even had the ability to remotely activate Skype on her computer and listen to any private conversations that she was having. And it goes on and says it's pretty chilling when you consider the extent of the abilities they have. And then it also this article goes on that that the government was able to look at files using Skype and then downloading and refreshing these surveillance methods periodically using something called a BGAN satellite terminal. And I'm not really sure what that is, but I will do some research about that. And so that's that. But hold on, now it gets even crazier because there's another guy. Reg, back to us. There's another guy. His name is Rick. What's his name? Wally. I said it before. Rick. Hold on. Where'd he go? He is from the website Rick Wiles. Rick Wiles, I knew I'd find it. From True News. He has a news thing on the internet, all right? Rick has a problem. Now, he's complaining of stalking, of this organized stalking. This is where this is going to go public, and when it does, more and more people are going to come out. Because there's a woman on Fox News, Andrea Trantorio or something.
Yeah, Trantanus.
Exactly. She also has a radio show, and she has made it clear
She's
that
sharp, very sharp.
she said that she feels that she's always watched, and so she's going through something creepy. And there's a lot of this going on. When you see these people in Hollywood acting weird, there's someone out there that's a woman, an actor that's going cuckoo, and they're wondering what happened. It's this type stuff that's causing it.
Well, this woman that you're talking about, that worked for NBC or was CBS, she's got a book coming out.
Yes.
And it's going to be a big bestseller.
Exactly.
It's going to be big. It's going to be very big.
Exactly. And the name of the book is Stonewalled, right? My Fight for Truth Against Forces of Obstruction, Intimidation, and Harassment in Obama's Washington. So there you go. In the very beginning when I started this show, before we even came on the air, I put up a video claiming that I was harassing all this, and I had Obama singled out because he was or is the man in charge. So, but getting back to this article about Rick Wiles of True News, he wrote, "How would you feel if strange vehicles sat outside your home and men sitting inside the vehicles stared at you for hours?" Well, that's exactly what is happening at True News headquarters. And so he goes on in this article, Friday was an unusual busy day. A total of 4 vehicles parked in the same spot throughout the day. The moment one vehicle departed, it was immediately replaced by another vehicle. If I were a paranoid conspiracy theorist, I'd think we were under surveillance. What a crazy idea. This is America. That kind of stuff doesn't happen here. Oh, no. Right, he says. Friday morning started out with the first car. Soon after, another vehicle joined. Both vehicles sat next to each other for several hours and then he could turn around in his office, look out the window, and see them. He walked outside and took photos of the vehicles and wanted them to see him watching them take a picture. Shortly after taking the pictures, both vehicles drove away. Immediately, they were replaced by a third vehicle. He walked outside again, took a photo of the third vehicle. He started the driver of the vehicle started his engine and very slowly drove towards this Rick Wiles. He had his window down and stared at him as they slowly drove by the office, and this guy, Rick, waved to him to let him know he was aware of his presence. This isn't even it yet. We got, but more troubling, that they've had repeated break-ins at night. Nothing has ever been stolen during these break-ins. However, or whoever was conducting them had the ability to turn off the security cameras, Wally. This is where when you get the powers
Jamming
above
devices.
involved, and then for months there were clear signs that somebody was entering the building. We found ceiling tiles moved, ceiling attic doors hanging open, and some doors unlocked. Nothing was ever stolen or moved, which is part of this stalking thing. They just want to let you know that they've been in there, but they don't necessarily steal anything. It goes on. I changed the locks, the security codes multiple times throughout the summer. They continued to enter as though they walked through the walls. Furthermore, our security cameras stopped recording at certain hours during the night. Obviously, the intruders were people with advanced skills and technologies to enable them to evade detection. And then it just went on about his private residence, what was happening. Coming home and the music was on. Every night he'd pull in his driveway, he heard loud music coming from his house. They would get into his house, turn up his music full blast, and leave it. And right here, 3 minutes, Wally. Reg, camera 3. Right here it says, at this point somebody is messing with my head, somebody is intimidating me. And he is going to go to the sheriff's office and talk to them about it.
Good luck.
This is the kind of thing that the Nazis did. And what it's called is psychological warfare. Thanks, Reg.
That's for sure.
And so this is a mainstream guy starting to be attacked, Wally. I've been predicting this. It's just a matter of time that all this stuff I talked about, that some of the locals, my old high school friends that want to smear lies about me, they're going to look really smart real soon when all this stuff starts coming out in the mainstream media, or they see my donut-filled face on one of the major networks, and someday that may happen. I'm not letting up at all with this stuff. I mean, enough is enough, and so next week we're going to hear Sam's interesting story, and it's actually part of it's sad, and but you know what? To tell the story, to get it out is very healthy, and I've done everything I could to help her. She's a fabulous person, and it's a lot of good things are coming out of our friendship, and she's getting closer to Christ in her life, and our faith is growing. So, you know, Wally, when all is said and done, the answer is God, and you know, the people that don't want to believe that, you know, someday you will believe it, but that is the answer.
In God we trust. I mean,
Yes,
that's what this country is based
Wally, you
on,
go to
right?
church every Sunday, you pray.
Use
Of
that
course.
money too that says in God we trust too.
That's right, Wally. But
I
you
get
know,
to church plenty, believe me.
well, you know what? It's good to talk about this stuff, and I'm really happy with my viewers of 2 years, because I know they're smart. I talk to a lot of them on and off, and people introduce themselves. And it makes me feel good to know that a lot of people are actually researching this stuff and occasionally send me stuff that I wasn't aware of. And
Yes, thank you for that.
How many
Thank
people-
you for being objective.
How many people watched the video last week?
the
You know.
YouTube from
Yeah.
last
You know.
week's show, it's up over 300 already.
Yeah,
And I didn't send it to many people yet. So that should take off with Dr. John Hall. And You know, we'll keep this going.
That's a lot of people.
Well, it is
Yeah.
in a short time, within like 48 hours or something. And I didn't send it to many people. Usually, I'll send it out to a bunch of people. And hey, we're starting to fade out, guys. We want to say what, Wally? Wake up, America.
Wake up, America.
Everybody says
Yes,
that,
wake
but
up.
God bless our viewers. God bless America.
Yep.
And what else, Wally?
Wake up, America.
Wake up, America. We'll
Wake
see you
up.
next week.
God bless.
Tell your friends that Sam will be telling her story. Amen. Good night, people.
Good night.
The fact is, we had 4 dead Americans.